So guys, I'm making this video to show you guys how easy it can be to scalp the boom and crash index markets. The boom 1000 index markets and the crash 1000 index markets precisely. Those are the two boom and crash index markets that I trade, right? I don't like to really look at those other ones. Okay, but this which I'm going to explain in this video works for even those other ones, right? So you just have to, whatever works, whichever one you like to trade, you can apply this approach and you will do well. Okay, so I left this one position to run because of this video. Already myself and community, we've taken out good profits. We've hit TP1 and TP2. If you're in the Telegram community, you probably would have been part of that trade. If you're not, you should be a part of that community. It's very important. It will help you. Okay, find the free Telegram group link in the description of this video. All right, check the description of this video and find the link and be a part. Okay, so every single confirmation I've been screaming about in this channel, if you have been watching my previous videos, you would see that I am very heavy on key level. I am very heavy on market structure. I am very heavy on waiting for market to actually give you confirmations upon confirmations before taking a trade. All right, you can anticipate a setup and then take a trade before confirming that setup. That is what I kick against. A lot of the time my videos are about confirmations, right? Confluences and all of that. So a few of them played out in this market, which prompted me to take this trade and also send the signal to the group confidently. All right, so like I said, we took out first target, second target, and all of that. So I just left this position to run. I didn't even know it was going to come this far, right? I thought it was going to reverse somewhere around this level, or even around this level, but you can see how far down it has come. If this low is successfully broken and retested, I'll be waiting for this other one to break and retest, right? By that time there would have been a new low. Price would have done something like this, right? That means there is a new low here. All right, so if price creates a new low and then breaks it, that's another confirmation for me. If it breaks a new low, the moment it retests this new low, right, the moment it breaks that new low and then retest it, that's a solid confirmation for me to take another sell, right? I'll short the market again and make more profit, right? I'll make more profit. Forget about the noise in the background, guys. I'm on the road. I just had to park. I was driving. I just had to park to make this video because I wouldn't want to keep this trade running for so long. I would take it out any moment from now. So how did I come up with this entry? I'm just going to go straight to the point. First of all, I want to be sure of the direction of the market. Market structure is first thing first, so I want to look at the market structure from a high time frame. I want to look at it from a wider perspective. So I'm coming to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, you can see that price had consistently printed series of lower lows and lower highs. Okay, you can see them. Price kept printing lower highs and lower lows, right? So this is a clear sign that the market is heading to the downside. So the next thing I want to look out for is to find my key level, right? Now I know I want to be selling when price is downwards, when the market is going down. When you are looking at a downtrend, you should be looking to sell, right? When you are looking at an uptrend, you should be looking to buy, correct? So now we are in a downtrending market, so I want to look for selling opportunities, and I want to look for them at a key level. My key level, as far as this market is concerned, are my resistance zones, my supply zones, right? So how do I find my resistance zones? I want to quickly just let me just clear all of this. So I want to quickly look for where I've seen clear reversal points, right? You can see that there was one here. Price had reversed at that level, right? Price at initially, that was the most recent reversal in the market. I like to look at the most recent reversal points in the market. And if you notice, there are multiple reversals around that level too, which also brings us to having a support region just around that level. All right, yes, exactly. So now our resistance zone is where we are interested in, right? So I'm just going to go to a lower time frame. I want this to be very clear. So I'm going to go to a lower time frame, and like I said, I like to look for the most recent reversal point. So here was one. This was a clear one. Price had reversed around that zone, and then I managed to meet price at that level again, right? Price had managed to come to that level again, which means price is now at resistance. As at the time, not now. As at the time, price was at resistance, right? That's where there is bound to be supply in the market. So another thing I like to look out for, another confirmation I like to look out for on this 4 hours time frame is the candlestick confirmation, right? I want to see that now that I've seen a clear downtrend, I've also made price at my key supply zone, my key resistance zone. How did I think I did not complete that part. The reason why I place this line here, the reason why I mark here as my resistance zone is because there was a reversal there and there were multiple rejections around that place. I like to heavy on multiple rejections, right? So if you count with me, you'll see that there were a lot of rejections. Price had rejected there, here, even before printing this. Price rejected here, right? Rejected here, rejected here, rejected here. So there were multiple rejections at that zone, and equally multiple reversals at that zone. Okay, so that was it for me. Now, having seen this candlestick pattern, this is a candlestick pattern that signals a reversal. Okay, it's a candlestick pattern that signals a reversal. Seeing this play out on the 4 hours time frame, I'm already convinced that this market is going to sell. Okay, but being that this is the boom and crash market, for the boom markets, yeah, for the boom markets, people like to catch spikes, because when you trade against the spikes, you tend to get kicked out with just one spike. Okay, so people like to trade the spikes and not against the spikes. But this is all just scalping and just taking some quick ones out from the market before there's ever a spike. And trust me, every single market you trade on will always do three things: to either move upwards, downwards, or sideways, right? There will always be a time that the market will move downwards. That means if you're looking to catch spikes when the market is moving downwards, you will most likely lose a lot. Okay, so you cannot tell me that just because the boom and crash, just because the boom spikes upwards, I should be looking for only buying opportunities. All right, that means I'll have to only be trading the uptrend, which will limit me. I might be limited to just making money when the market is in an uptrending phase. All right, so here you can see that price had given us a clue of where it's going to, which was a downward movement, right? It was a downward direction. So looking for selling opportunities, you will be looking for price at resistance, which we met that already, right? Price was at resistance also, and then a clear reversal candlestick like this one here, printed on the 4 hours time frame. This is a very clear confirmation for me also. But was that enough reason for me to sell? No, I did not sell just immediately. What did I do? Let's go to a lower time frame, so I'll show you what I did. So now on the 1 hour time frame, I think it to be clearer on a lower time frame. Let me go to 15 minutes. Good. Now look at this place, look at this area. You will notice that here there was a change of character at that level. You can see that price, which was eventually pulling upwards initially, see, price around this level was going upwards, but when you got to that place, instead of continuing to print new highs, right, price eventually broke the most recent low at that level, changes character, and then closes below that low. Okay, so price closes below that low. That was what prompted my entry. I just wanted price to close below that low before I enter. And then this particular candlestick, which looks like a doji here, was the candlestick that closed below, that broke that low, and the next one closed below that low. Okay, so the next candlestick closed below that low here. I think I was in the market very close to a few seconds to when price was going to close. or let's say about a minute to when price was about to close. So I already knew that price was going to close like that. That's what prompted the entry. I took the sell, took a couple of positions, and then I sent the call to my community, right? So we took the first profit out around this region. Remember I said I was expecting price to spike, but it has not. So I was expecting a reversal, which has not happened. So we took the first profit out around this region. We just counted a couple of candlesticks. I think we caught up to like 50 candlesticks before we left with the first set of profits, and then we took the second set of profits around this zone, and then you can see that price is still moving downwards. So this is how easy it is. It is very easy. First of all, identify the market direction. Secondly, look for key levels, right? The key level you are interested in is the one that is in favor of the direction. So we are looking at a downtrend. So the key level we are interested in is the resistance zone, right? Or the supply zone. If we are looking at an uptrending market and we are looking to buy, the key level we are interested in is the demand zone or the support zone. Okay, after that, wait for price to close and give you a bearish signal. Okay, possibly on the 4 hours time frame. If you see a bearish signal on the 4 hours time frame in a downtrending market when price is at key resistance zone, then you are almost at the last part of your analysis, okay, which would be for price to break the most recent low before the current price level, right? Any swing low that you see before the current price level, then wait for price to break it, and then wait for price to retest that level that just got broken, and then look for another bearish momentum at that level, bearish closing price at that level, and then take your positions and make profit. Your SL would be at the top of the new swing high. So that's it. Make your profits, take out as much money as possible in the market, and repeat. Just master this art and just practice it, repeat it again and again, and you make money out of the market. That's how it works. It's very simple. If you have questions, reach out to me. My WhatsApp number will be in the description of this video.